All right, I have a crazy theory. I've been floating it to everybody. You're the last person to go. Some people have loved it, some people hated it. I saved it to the end, but I really want to hear your thoughts on it. Is there any chance whatsoever that Davis died in the car crash?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, like, to me, I like that you're thinking that because generally that's probably not what the movie's about, but it is the way my mind works.
Right.
So in terms of thinking as to why he responds so awkwardly to the situations around him, that could be a theory. But I think really, sometimes when we go through certain traumas, it takes a while for that pullback kind of to come and wash over us. And in his search for trying to figure out how he even feels, which he lost, I think, way before, this accident happens.
Right.
But when that search, can make like the things we do seem really odd.
Right.
So I don't think he did,
Okay.
but I've made movies like that, so.
Well, we just did a whole piece on Donnie Darko at Cinema Blend, so it's possible my brain is just down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that, or like there's this movie Source Code I did, or like there are a number of movies where you go, wait, maybe he could be.
What am I watching here? Right.
Yes.
You've been lucky enough, I saw this in Toronto, and then I noticed you were at South by with it too, and so you've been able to take it to a couple different places and get feedback. Do you like that process? It seems rare to be able to do that with the film and learn a bit about how it plays.
Yeah, I mean, what I love watching people's desperation for convention, and when you bring them a movie that is not conventional, how they respond.
Right.
I enjoy that. I think that's really fun. At Toronto, I think it got a really nice, warm reception, along with people saying like, "Wait, what's going on with this guy?" And then at South by, there's sort of more of a spirit of that,
Sure.
just a general kind of like an acceptance of the oddity of things, and so there was this like really positive, lovely response in the theater. And so to me, it's always nice to take your movie to audiences, and particularly before it kind of gets out there to the general audience.
Before they get me out of here, you're on a string of some extremely fascinating characters, people who we really sort of become obsessed with, and then the credits hit, and we get no more time with them. You don't do sequels, but is there a character of yours that you just wish you want to go back and see where they're at, play them again, give them some more time to develop?
Yeah, I would love to see where Lou Bloom and Nightcrawler goes, like that I would love, or like Loki and Prisoners that I played. There are a couple of them in there that I think actually could, like, there could be more story warranted for who they are as characters, and to explore those worlds would be really interesting. I happen to pick the two sort of darkest people that I played, but to me they're the most human, and I find sort of more conventional storytelling to be darker than unconventional storytelling.
Right.
I find there to be more perversity in that.
Well, and you don't like hard and fast endings, Like, there's a resolution, but there's always questions about, like, what could happen next. And I find that interesting.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I like a full resolved cadence. I'm definitely into it. I love pop music. But at the same time, I think, there's something fun. The structure of a movie, to me, is fascinating. How you piece it together. I mean, it's going back to the theme of this movie, but how you piece it together and take it apart, and does it work? It is very, very, very hard. In fact, close to impossible to make a linear movie these days that actually has like a real profound statement. And when people do it, I don't think a lot of people know how hard it is to make a good movie. So when a filmmaker does that, they should be applauded, no matter how many people go see it, or it is a real skill. And beyond that, we live in a business where your movies have to make money in order to, for a director in particular. And when somebody makes a movie that's moving and works, they should be allowed to do it over and over again until they make a couple that really just make no sense.